Hello and welcome to Solidworks Station. My name is Stuart, and in today's tutorial we're going to look at some sheet metal work. We're actually going to look at producing this part here. So in order to do that, we've got a few things that we need to be concerned about. We've got a circular pattern, we've got some cut extrudes that have been done within the sheet metal tab, and we've also got some folds at 90 degrees, and we've got a fold here at 45 degrees. So good luck and let's get started. So I'm going to flip into SolidWorks here. I'm going to go into File and New. I'm going to create a new part and OK. Just ensure that you've got sheet metal available in the tabs. If you haven't, just right click, and it's probably because sheet metal here has not been ticked, so just ensure that it's ticked within these listed tabs that we've got available. So sheet metal ticked, and it will appear here in the tabs. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create the first triangle, okay, that's been filleted. That's our first objective. So in SolidWorks, top plane, normal to, sketch. I'm going to sketch a circle from the origin point. I'm going to give it a smart dimension of 10. And then I'm going to go and create a polygon with the value of 3 placed into this parameter section here. I'm going to left click on the origin point, drag out the triangle, green tick, and press the escape key. Now this line here, I want to make this line have a relation of being horizontal. So I'm going to click on it, left click, and I'm going to, over here, add a relation. So make it horizontal, and green tick. I'm going to smart dimension that line now. It's 60. And green tick. This is a fully defined sketch now. I'm going to create the radius curve on each of these points now, as you can see in the image here. So 1, 2, and 3. So in the sketch tab, you're going to go to sketch fillet, entities to fillet, left click by a parameter value of 10 millimeters. Left click, left click, left click, and a final left click. Okay, all at 10 millimeters. Green tick again, and there is our first bit of our sketch. Now we're just going to forget about these circles for the time being. What I want to now produce, okay, is the replicas of this first sketch. So we've got another 1, 2, 3 to produce. So we're going to do that via the mirror entities button in the sketch tab. So I'm going to go to mirror entities, and it's asking me the entities to mirror. Okay, just draw a window, left click and hold, draw a window around those parts of the sketch. Mirror about, you're going to click on this line. Okay, and you can see it's been mirrored. Green tick. We're going to repeat that now, so we're going to go to mirror entities, drag a window around your selection, mirror about this line. Oops, let's delete that. Mirror about, make sure you're clicking here, and this line. Green tick. Mirror entities again, drag a window around your selection, mirror about, and select this bottom line. See a preview that's appeared in yellow, and green tick. We're going to go to trim entities now, and trim to closest. Now we're going to trim away this edge. Okay, and again with this edge, and again with this edge. We can now see that our sketch is ready to be made a feature out of, as it has turned purple, and it is no gaps within this sketch. It's fully complete and fully ready to go. So in the sheet metal tab, we're going to go to base flange tab. Okay, we're going to give this a value of 2, so that's the thickness of the sheet metal. The K factor, which is good for bend allowance, can remain at 0.5, as can the auto relief. And green tick. Okay, so from here, let's have a look at our image again. We've got one of these coming up at 45 degrees, 2 of them going down at 90 degrees, and then we've still got to concentrate on this circular array. So back into SolidWorks, let's click on this face and normal 2, and we're going to draw a sketch. So sketch, line, I'm just going to sketch a line from this point here to this point here. Okay, and I'm going to exit my sketch. In the sheet metal command now, I'm going to go to sketched bend. I'm going to click on my line, and it's asking me for the bend parameters. I'm going to click on this face, and you can see it's flipped it up by 90 degrees, which is brilliant. However, we need this to be 45. And you can see here, alright, how it is actually bending it. So the bend position, we've got bend center line, material being on the inside, material being on the outside, or the bend being on the outside. We want the bend to be on the outside, and we're going to green tick. So there's our 45. We now need to do the same with these, however they need to bend downwards and at 90 degrees. So click on the surface we're interested in, normal 2. Sketch, going to sketch 2 lines this time. One from this point to this point. Press the escape key. You can press L on your keyboard to go back to line. And one from this point to this point. Okay, going to sheet metal. Sketch bend. Bend parameters again. Click on this piece of metal, and you can see that these are bending up. However, we want them to bend down, so reverse direction. They're now bending down. We've got the bend on the outside, which is what we want, and green tick. Perfect. Control 7 on your keyboard will give you a nice isometric view. Okay, so what we need to focus on now is we need to focus on these circles here that have been arrayed in a circular pattern. So we're going to click on the surface we're interested in, normal 2. We're going to go to circle. I'm going to sketch a circle. I'm just going to hover over the origin, move my mouse up. You can see a dashed blue line that's following it, saying that it's in line with the origin. I'm going to sketch a circle there. I'm going to give this a smart dimension of 3, and I'm going to make sure that it sits 12.5 millimeters from this center line that I've just sketched in. Okay, I'm going to delete that center line. I'm now going to go to circular sketch pattern. The entity to pattern is this circle. I want 8 of them, but I want to skip this one. Green tick. Okay, we're going to go to features. Apologies, we're going to go to sheet metal, extruded cut, and change blind to through all. just ensuring it doesn't come into contact with any other parts of the metal, and green tick. Control 7 on your keyboard, and you can see our final outcome. Now you can apply some materials to this. You can go into the appearances, scenes and decals. It will look like so when you open it. You can go to appearances, you can go to metal, you can go to aluminium for example and choose maybe a polished aluminium, drag that on and just ensure that you select body. You can also, if you go to sheet metal, you can go to flatten, and this will flatten this out as it should be cut, whether you're doing that through laser cutting the metal. This is how the flattened piece of metal will be cut out, and then if we click on flatten again, obviously this is how it will look once the metal has been bent into shape. If you want to render this, you can. Just ensure that you've got Solidworks add-ins and that Photo View 360 is turned on. Go into your render tools. Appearance is already done because we've applied the material. The scene, you can change that. I will show you. Go into edit scene. You can see the different scenes that we've got here. We've got studio scenes, factory floors, reflective floors. I'm just going to go with a basic scene and drag this one on, 3-point faded. Okay, you can change loads of options in here, but we're not going to go into it on this particular tutorial. And then just click on Final Render. And as you can see, it's now starting to render out to our finished piece of bent sheet metal. There we go. Perfect. So that's been a tutorial from Solidworks Station. My name's been Stuart. I hope this has been beneficial and helpful for you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and if you've got any questions or comments, then please feel free to ask those below. Thanks very much for listening, and see you again soon. Goodbye.